Else, you know the name from the Harbert Center in downtown Birmingham or a lengthy stretch of Interstate 459. His son Raymond was his handpicked successor. Tomorrow, Raymond is being inducted into the Alabama Business Hall of Fame, but the younger Harbert's path diverged greatly from his father's, and it centered on seeing opportunities and seizing them.
For me to be included with those guys it's very flattering, and it's an incredible honor.
The son of a Birmingham business tycoon is being honored for the trail he blazed on his own. Raymond Harbert is among those entering Alabama's Business Hall of Fame, joining the likes of legendary football coach Nick Saban and noted cataract surgeon Dr. Marnix Hirsink. The entrepreneurial seeds were planted early for the middle child of John M. Harbert.
I grew up, listening to one of the iconic entrepreneurs in the state of Alabama, my father, John Harbert, and it was pretty natural for me to move into that early on and continue with it.
Harbert replaced his father as CEO of Harbert Corporation in 1990, a move and a decision that caught the younger Harbert by surprise.
And when he called me into his office and told me that he wanted to elevate me as CEO, and he was the only CEO before me at Harbert Corp, I was very surprised, and was I ready for that? Probably not, but are you ever?
Right. Harbert would dive into the job early on, leading the massive business through some challenges, including the decision to sell off the construction company that his father had built into a powerhouse.
Probably the most difficult thing was the decision in late '92 to sell the original and the largest construction company, the one that my father had formed in the late 40s. And he was, emotionally, that was a very, very difficult decision for him.
Free of the construction business, Harbert turned his attention to the future and settled on an entirely new venture, Harbert Management Corporation, an investment firm that was a major pivot.
The classic entrepreneurial situation I decided to go into, and if I had failed, I don't know what I would have done. I mean, I used to lay awake at night, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and said, we don't make this happen. We didn't make any money for the first 5 years. What am I going to do?
But work it did, resulting in enormous returns. Today, the investment firm has north of $8 billion in assets, bringing Harbert's success on his own terms and building on the legacy his father began, casting his own shadow while never losing sight of his father's influence.
He was a great example for me. He worked incredibly hard, and my wife likes to say that, Raymond, you've spent your entire life trying to outdo your father, and I don't know that I agree with her on that.
Raymond and his wife, Catherine, have been quite generous with sharing the wealth, if you will, giving millions to causes that matter to them, like Auburn University and Red Mountain Theater, just to name a few. Harbert's also invested a great deal of time and money here in Birmingham, specifically contributing to Birmingham's restaurant scene. In 30 minutes, more on that and what Frank Stitt has to say about the long-term impact Harbert is having on the city. Now, tomorrow, Harbert will be joined in this year's Business Hall of Fame class. He's one of 7 people being inducted. It includes Dr. Marnix Hirsink, the noted ophthalmologist and philanthropist Rob Burton from Hoare Construction, and the one and only Nick Saban, just to name a few.